So I'm just going to quickly go through a couple of slides on the metaverse and what it means for everybody, and then we can crack on with the rest of the presentation, just to get it out of our system, because it's extremely exciting. Okay, so first of all, it's an emerging space. So there have been metaverses before. So in gaming, it's nothing new, but for brands, it's like a completely interesting and emerging playground. Yesterday, actually, so this is a screenshot from today. Yes, I have Facebook in dark mode. What are you going to do about it? Yeah, Mark Zuckerberg actually posted that Facebook will be becoming a metaverse company. Actually, there's an entire interview about it, so you should check it out. But essentially, this is the new frontier. So this is where everything's going. There are companies like this Adverty. This is something you should check out if you're interested, who are already allowing you to advertise programmatically inside of game spaces, which is quite exciting. But you don't just have to do it this way. There's all sorts of ways you can activate in the metaverse. Another really good example would be Mark Jacobs, who realized that there's this huge, especially last year, community of people playing Animal Crossing on the Nintendo Switch. And it was possible in that game, right, to make your own clothes, your own clothing designs. And so they just made clothing patterns for their most popular pieces and made them available for free via Twitter, just using QR codes that people can scan into the game, and then partnered with a popular Animal Crossing fashion Instagram account, which do exist. And they got a lot of great press and a lot of great awareness from doing this campaign. So we'll come back to this example later, but I just think it's just fun to see and think about sort of where you're actually able to play in this sort of space as it's coming out. So a couple of takeaways, and then I'll get back to the rest. But essentially, this is big, so don't ignore it. It's going to be something you're going to want to think about, and think about where your brand fits in, and what do you guys do that's going to work here, and in what sort of context. And there are a lot of different metaverses cropping up everywhere, so just keep your eyes peeled and keep your ears to the ground. And then finally, make sure that if you are going to do a metaverse activation, you have a clear idea of how it fits into your overall marketing strategy. So that's the part that we're here to help with. So we'll keep that in mind as we move forward. Keep this metaverse stuff in the back of your head as we press on. Let's think back to that example of Mark Jacobs. They had the Animal Crossing activation, right? They got in front of a new audience. It was super popular. What if you wanted to, in theory, because they didn't actually do this, but what if you wanted to make that into a full campaign? How would you do it, right? So off the top of my head, well, not really, because I've pre-prepared a slide, but still. Top of funnel metaverse activation, social media and PR attention. This is what they actually did, right? So heaps of people found out about them due to their Animal Crossing play that they made. So then what I would do is I would find fans of Animal Crossing on social media. I've got TikTok and Instagram there, but you could use tons of different platforms to do this. It's possible to target fans of Animal Crossing on lots of things, so do it. Then you show the real life items alongside the counterparts that they made for the game, and you sort of clinch that connection between the brands. Then you would think about remarketing to people, would be the next thing, who engage across those ads, across all of your ad networks. And you would also want to make sure that there's a solid bottom of funnel search component, right? So that people who are looking for you because they saw it on a brand awareness level will come and find you. And so in this way, I think this is probably just a good example to illustrate how that funnel should actually work, and thinking about the real user journey, not just by putting people into buckets of awareness, consideration, and conversion, but thinking what's the journey through that funnel actually look like based on intent.